Look at yourself right now. Maybe you wish something was different. Your nose, your skin, the way your body looks in certain clothes, that quiet voice that compares you to someone else and finds you lacking. That voice is not ancient. That voice is new. And understanding where it came from will permanently change how you see yourself. For 300,000 years, no human on Earth felt ugly. Not because everyone was beautiful, but because the concept of ugly did not exist. Let's start with the most basic fact. Ancient humans had no mirrors. The first polished metal mirror appeared around 6,000 years ago. Before that, the only reflection available was still water on a calm day. Blurry, distorted, gone the moment the surface moved, which means for the overwhelming majority of human history, a person never had a clear, sustained look at their own face, ever. Think about what that means. Every insecurity you have ever felt about your appearance required one thing first: the ability to see yourself the way others see you. Ancient humans simply did not have that. You cannot feel ugly when you have never clearly seen what you look like. But it goes deeper than mirrors. Ancient humans also had no standard of beauty to measure themselves against. Today we are surrounded by images of other people constantly, thousands of faces every single day on screens, in magazines, on walls. Our brains are doing something they were never designed to do, comparing our appearance to an endless stream of other appearances and calculating where we rank. If this is making you think differently about something you have felt your whole life, hit like right now. It helps more people find this video. And subscribe, because every week we go somewhere just as deep as this. Ancient humans lived with the same 20 to 50 people their entire lives. That was the entire pool of human faces available for comparison. And those faces were not curated. They were not filtered. They were real people who worked, aged, got injured, and changed alongside you. Comparison still happened because humans are social creatures, and social ranking is real. But the comparison was between people living identical lives in identical conditions, not between yourself and an image engineered to be impossible. Anthropologist Donald Simons at UC Santa Barbara has spent decades studying physical attractiveness across cultures and found something fascinating. Standards of beauty are not universal. They shift dramatically depending on environment, resources, and cultural context. In food-scarce environments, body weight that modern Western culture considers unattractive is considered highly desirable. In societies without sun exposure concerns, dark skin tones that were stigmatized in other cultures carry status. There is no objective ugly. There never was. Ugly is always a product of comparison within a specific cultural context. Ancient humans had a context, but it was nothing like ours. In small groups, what made a person desirable was almost entirely functional. Could this person hunt, gather, carry, build, heal, protect? Could this person make tools, tell stories, navigate terrain, care for children? Physical appearance mattered in the sense that signs of health mattered. Clear eyes, strong movement, the absence of obvious illness. But the granular self-criticism that modern humans engage in, the obsession with specific features, proportions, symmetry for its own sake, had no framework to exist in. There is a study that demonstrates this clearly. Psychologist Etkoff at Harvard found that when people are shown faces with and without access to media images for comparison, their standards of attractiveness shift dramatically. People who have been exposed to fewer idealized images consistently rate a wider range of faces as attractive. The more images you see, the narrower your definition of beauty becomes. Ancient humans, who saw perhaps a few hundred human faces in their entire lifetime, had the widest possible definition of what a human being could look like. Here is what replaced appearance as the primary measure of self in ancient communities: skill, generosity, reliability, courage. The person who everyone wanted nearby when things got dangerous, The person who shared food when others were hungry. The person who knew which plants healed and which killed. The person whose stories made the whole group feel less afraid of the dark. These were the people who carried status. These were the people others were drawn to, not because of what they looked like, because of what they did. Now here is the part that should make you genuinely uncomfortable about modern life. We took all of that and replaced it with a screen. We built a world where the primary way humans evaluate each other on first contact is through a photograph, a static, filtered, carefully selected image that represents nothing about skill, generosity, reliability, or courage. We reduced the entire ancient measure of human worth to one thing: what your face looks like in good lighting. Research consistently shows that social media use is directly correlated with body image dissatisfaction, and that the correlation is strongest in people who use platforms that are primarily image-based. This is not a coincidence. It is exactly what you would predict if you understood that the human brain was never designed to process thousands of appearance comparisons every single day. Ancient humans never felt ugly because they lived in a world that did not require them to. They had no mirrors. They had no curated images. They had no beauty industry telling them what they should look like. They had a community that valued them for what they could do and who they were to the people around them. You have the same brain they had, the same capacity for self-worth built on something real. The voice that tells you that you are not enough, that you are too much of one thing and not enough of another, that voice is not ancient wisdom. It is a very recent invention, and it is not telling you the truth.